Second ending, last note. Percussion. What does this mean? What? B. Go where? B. What does this mean? A. That's the end. Right? Now if I do this, you can probably bet that that's the last time. But if we're at A and we've repeated, don't forget, you always take the second ending, you always go back to A. And if we go back to A and it's the last time, I'll just do this. And if we have to go back to letter B, I'll do this. Okay? Alright, now, before you get up, I'm going to give you a chance to use the restroom before we start, because it's going to be a couple hours, okay? Go ahead and use your phones and tune each other, okay? But then turn your phones off. Got it? Your cell phone's not going to go off in the middle of this ceremony. Everybody understand? So tune what you need to tune, and then turn it off, okay? Take photos too of each other if you want. What's the order tonight, by the way, today? What? Pomp and Circumstance, America the Beautiful, Trumpet Volunteer. One thing is like
you need something from the dock? I stole one of John's 10 soprano reeds.
This is the world was born. Like a tiny bit. Look at how much I can do. I don't know why. What you gotta do? Why? I'll take it. It was sharp and flat at the same time, so. My mom got a really bad photo of me, but like Ada looks better in it than I do. Ada's literally the best photo. I'm like basically frowning. My nose, I realize, is like so crooked, and then Ada's like that, and I'm like, how? So photogenic. Look at me. Like I just came from the puppy pouch. No, I we don't look terrible enough. tension, and then it was like cool, or it was like almost sad.
Good afternoon. The Legacy High School class of 2023 welcomes you to our graduation. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, please stand as the Legacy High School Chorale sings our national anthem. Please be seated. It is my pleasure to introduce our principal, Mrs. Sarah Marks.
Thank you, Jack. On behalf of the Legacy High School staff, I would like to welcome all parents, family members, faculty, and friends who are here to celebrate the Legacy High School class of 2023. As we honor our graduates today, I hope you all take a moment to reflect on the role you have played in supporting our graduates. To our families, thank you for sharing your students with us these past 4 years. Graduates, as I was thinking about your graduation ceremony and what I wanted to share in my opening remarks, I thought back to my own high school graduation. At some point along the way, it dawned on me that as a member of the Bennett Academy class of 1993, I graduated high school 30 years ago this May. Now, I know what you graduates are thinking. Mrs. Marks, there is no way you're old enough to have graduated that long ago, and I'd say thank you to that, but it is in fact true. And while I can go on and on about the all too quick passage of time and how when I was in high school, we didn't have cell phones or social media, and the idea of live streaming a graduation ceremony wasn't even a possibility. However, I decided to focus on what I wish someone had told me on my graduation day in an effort to offer you some advice. First, I wish someone had told me to relax and not be so nervous. I could still remember my graduation practice, listening to some staff member explain to our class the whole process of receiving our diplomas. We would walk across the stage when our name was read, receive our diploma with our left hand, shake with our right hand, stand on an X, turn and smile for a photo. Throughout most of the ceremony, I continued to replay that in my mind. Do I shake hands first and then take the diploma? Do I take the diploma with my right hand and shake with my left? And what if I forgot to pause for the photo? Would they send me to the back of the line to try again? I was certain this was some final test to determine if I would earn my diploma. Needless to say, I did in fact receive my high school diploma that day, but I wish I did not spend the majority of the ceremony stressing over that piece. So if you are sitting here nervous at all, I can assure you that we will all help you walk across the stage, make sure you take your photo for your family, and you will all be walking out with a diploma today. So take a deep breath and relax. This is going to be an amazing day. My next piece of advice would be take some time to say thank you. Sure, my parents raised me well, and I take time to appreciate people. However, probably due to all of the nerves on graduation day, I know that I did not take the time to thank the people who would help me graduate. I would love to go back and thank Mr. Cohn for believing in me and inspiring me to be a math teacher. And I'd like to thank Mrs. DeMarco, the kindest teacher I ever had, for showing me a love of teaching that I would later bring to my own classroom. I definitely would say thank you to my family. 30 years later, and now myself a mom of 2 wonderful children, I have a deeper understanding and appreciation for all the support and encouragement they had provided me throughout high school. I know they did a lot behind the scenes that I really never noticed, and as I look back on the day, I do wish I had thanked them for their support. So to help with this one, it has been a long-standing tradition at Legacy High School to take time at the start of our ceremony to provide the class with the opportunity to say thank you. Making it to graduation is a big accomplishment, one that cannot be done alone. So before we go any further, I would like to give you a moment to thank those who have helped you along the way. Will the graduates please rise and recognize those who supported you? All right, please be seated. My final piece of advice is to enjoy the moment and take pride in what you have accomplished. Class of 2023, you have been on quite a journey these past few years. None of us could have imagined that your high school experience would have included remote learning, hybrid learning, Zoom classes, or all of the uncertainty that went along with experiencing high school during a pandemic. On behalf of the Legacy High School staff, I would love to say just how impressed we are by the courage, perseverance, and tenacity that you have shown time and again. We are incredibly proud of each and every one of you. Will the Legacy staff please join me in a round of applause for our graduates? Now please join me in welcoming back Jack Bonneau to get our ceremony started.
At this time, I'd like to introduce the platform guests and the Legacy High School staff. All guests, please remain standing until introductions have been completed. I would also ask that the audience hold their applause until the final guests have been introduced. Representing the Adams 12 5-Star School District Administration, Mr. Chris Godowski, Superintendent. Mr. Bo Fobert, Chief Academic Officer. Mr. Lee Peters, Executive Director of High Schools. Mrs. Kim Brady, Executive Director of Curriculum and Instruction. And representing the school board, Mrs. Lori Goldstein, President. Miss Laura Mitchell, Vice President. Mrs. Jamie Lockley, Secretary. Mrs. Amira Assad Lucas, Director. And Mrs. Courtney Potter, Director.
Representing Legacy High School, Mrs. Sarah Marks, Principal. Mr. Darren Clemenhagen, Faculty Speaker. Jack Bonneau, Valedictorian. Jack will be attending Dartmouth College. Jordan Swearingen, Senior Class President. Jordan will be attending the United States Naval Academy. Angelina Tao, Student Body President. Angelina will be attending Coe College. Caroline Avram, Senior Class Speaker. Caroline will be attending the University of Colorado Boulder. and myself, Echo Cole, salutatorian. I will be attending University of Colorado Boulder. In addition, we would like to recognize the Legacy High School staff, who are seated by the graduates. Would the staff please rise? Please be seated. At this time, help me welcome Caroline Avram, our senior class speaker, who will give the student address. I have had the pleasure of knowing Caroline since elementary school, and those of you who know her can appreciate her witty humor and kind heart. It is my honor to introduce Caroline Avram.
Welcome friends, family, and all here to celebrate this incredible achievement. To honor the legendary class of 2023, I want to tell you all a legendary story. According to Greek mythology, Cronus, king of the Titans, was given the prophecy that one day he would be overthrown by his own child. To prevent this from happening, he swallowed all of his children, all but Zeus. Before he could swallow the sky god, Zeus's mother handed Cronus a rock, wrapped in cloth to resemble a child. Cronus swallowed the rock, thinking that it was Zeus, and was eventually overthrown by his son. Now that's hard to swallow. As many of you should know by now, our school mascot is indeed Zeus. Although none of us have ever experienced the hardship of having fathers that want to eat us, hopefully not, we definitely have similarities to Zeus in the realm of overcoming obstacles. Where Zeus had the obstacle of Cronus, we had the very similarly named coronavirus. What started off as 2 extra weeks of freshman spring break soon became an entire year of virtual learning, where it was frankly hard to learn virtually anything. Due to the pandemic, our entire sophomore year felt much like the period of time that Zeus was forced to remain in hiding while he became stronger. We wanted to attend homecoming, have normal social interaction, and most importantly, destroy Broomfield in sports. But we were stuck at home instead. You could say that it wasn't more than we were hoping for. Luckily, we eventually zoomed our way out of virtual learning. And although we emerged with newly formed social awkwardness, we also emerged better equipped to handle uncertain situations. With those skills, we were able to navigate our newest and most frustrating obstacle, the student parking lot. When it came time for us to leave school every day, there would be no more friendship or compassion. Like Zeus in the myth, he was able to rescue his siblings from the stomach of Cronus, but they did not see him as fit to rule and turned against him. Call me Poseidon or Hades, because I would happily betray any one of my friends if it meant I could get out of the parking lot faster. But the point is that if we could make it through the parking lot every day for 2 years straight, certainly we can make it through anything. Even with the odds stacked against him, Zeus was still able to find success in the end. Prophecy or not, we have made it to this very moment as proof of our success. That isn't to say we haven't made many more achievements along the way. As a whole, we've learned how to successfully navigate crowded hallways, successfully fill the role of both the timid underclassmen and the scary upperclassmen. And we've successfully avoided our second pandemic, senioritis. We have had students take championship titles in extracurriculars ranging from marching band to swimming, and have had not just 1, but 2 bolts named as U.S. Presidential Scholar candidates. Even still, we have not yet reached the peak of our successes. Zeus became the most powerful Greek god when he overthrew Cronus, but inevitably, we will have more than one Cronus in our lives. If anything, this should be a reminder that there are endless opportunities awaiting us for growth and success. Unlike Zeus, we may be mere mortals, but it is just the beginning for us. Wherever our paths go, I venture to say that I will legacy you all later. And now, our legacy band, under the direction of Dr. Brian Ebert, will play America the Beautiful. Thank you, Legacy Band members. Each year, the graduating class votes on the faculty member that they would like to speak at graduation. This year, the class of 2023 has chosen Mr. Darren Clemenhagen as our faculty speaker. Although I was never in one of Mr. Clemenhagen's classes myself, I always got to hear about the amusing memories my classmates made with him. From his innate ability to get lost in a story to his obsession with 70s music, it is clear to me that there was never a dull moment with Mr. Clem. Now for the man, the myth, the A-Push legend himself, it is my great privilege to introduce Mr. Darren Clemenhagen, the faculty speaker for the class of 2023.
Speaking at a graduation represents one of the highest honors a teacher can receive. I have loved your energy, your crazy spirit, and your passion to compete. It's clear to me that the class of 2023 has left an indelible mark on the Legacy community, and that's not bad, baby. This marks the close of my 35th year of teaching. So to quote Neil Young, let me take you on a journey through the past. For me to become a teacher was but a fait accompli. My name is Darren Ross. It comes from my grandfather, Ross Armitage, a member of the North Idaho Sports Hall of Fame. Some of his best teams couldn't play for a state title due to gas rationing during World War II. But I know that 4 decades later, after Title IX, he came back to lead the little town of Cul-de-sac to a perfect season while helping reestablish girls basketball in the entire region. Perhaps you need to grow up in a small town to understand what that means. But Grandpa was too modest to talk about stuff like that. He took pride in how one year 46 out of the 47 boys in school participated in his basketball program. 46 out of 47. My mother, Aletha Joyce, got her name from Aletha Pabst, a renowned teacher from the one-room schoolhouse days. So I'm the third of what's now 4 generations of Pabst Armitage educators. I guess I've just been trying to carry on what Hank Williams called the family tradition. From my grandfather, I learned you can come from humble roots and live a simple life, but you can lead a life of great purpose. A life that can not only positively impact countless individuals, but whole communities as well. My mom, everybody called her Joyce, lived her whole life in same small town. Salute to all you mamas out there. She attended the same coffee group for 50 years at a cafe downtown with a group of mothers who became grandmothers together. Let's just say the men in town gave that table a wide berth. But small towns can be easily divided. In the 20-plus years that Joyce ran the school board, and believe me, nobody ran Joyce. During her time on the board, there wasn't going to be no small town book burnings and witch hunts, because among the myriad of things that my mother taught me, you don't build community by tearing people apart. You build community by bringing people together. Don Gaffin will love this. My dad, Max, played fast pitch softball deep into his 30s. He worked as a cat skidder on a Jippo logging crew. 3-man teams that got paid by the board feet. How much lumber did you move? You don't show up, 3 families don't get paid. So no matter what, every workday morning around 3:30, 4 o'clock, I'd hear 2 people padding around the kitchen. My mother and father, feeding a family of what became 6 kids, one of whom got the cancer, sometimes hard times. You know, my folks didn't teach me a work ethic, they taught me an ethic for life. You don't just show up, you compete, and you take pride in everything that you do. My friends, there are treasures and rewards that await, but ain't nobody giving them away. You're gonna have to earn them. And comes a time you're also gonna learn that it's not always about you. When it comes to friends and family, you often have to sacrifice. And so, though we did it already, I think now's the time to look around to all those people in this room that have sacrificed for you. I had the forever goal of playing college ball, so there I was, living the dream at a small college in Oregon, and my first history class was not going particularly well. And I hear, "Mr. Clemenhagen, care to walk with me, son?" Dr. Conrad Thomason, a brilliant man, fabulous teacher. He taught history as a story. We get to his office and it's, "Well, no, sir, I don't have your book. It was $75 and my scholarship didn't cover books, and that's a lot of shifts at the grain elevator, sir." And he hands me this book, Western Civilization. Says, "Read it before my next lecture." Dr. Thomason altered the course of my life. I became an actual student. I became a passionate student of history, imbued with the idea that the only way to truly inform decisions today is through a thorough understanding of the lessons and the patterns of the past. I mean, how else could you recognize and understand things today like, oh, gee, I don't know, demagoguery, cult of personality? My quest now shifted. I wanted to teach history and English and coach football and basketball. So I headed home to the University of Idaho on the Palouse, where I met a force of nature named Eleanor. Dr. Eleanor Michael pretty much single-handedly shaped my approach to education. She headed the prestigious Northwest Inland Writing Project, teaching teachers how to engage generations of student writers. Perhaps her greatest lesson to me, after watching 20 plus years of No Child Left Behind leave millions and millions of kids behind every year, meaningless standardized tests used to quantify all things education, I believe now more than ever what Eleanor taught me all those years ago. Teaching isn't a science, it's an art. The magic's in the art. And I have been fortunate in my last 19 years at Legacy to be surrounded by some incredible professionals, gifted and caring educators who have become masters of their craft, the art of teaching. To my colleagues, I honor the work you do and the profession we serve. I feel I've been blessed in my 4 decades with students. I didn't find a job, I found a calling. My advice to you students would be to follow your interests and passions too. I know the incredible amount of intellect and talent sitting right in front of me. I've seen you compete. I know how tough you can be. I know how creative and resourceful you can be. I know the amazing skill sets and tech savvy that you possess. More importantly, I know your character. I know that you as a group of young adults have a much more open mind about many of the very issues currently being used to divide and polarize your often less enlightened elders. You must be a better generation than that, than my generation. Stay informed as citizens. Democracy relies on the educated. Perhaps avoid voices caught deliberately lying to you. Call me crazy. Avoid voices that pander to our collective ignorance. Hear those instead that help lift us out of it. Fight back against those voices that play upon our deepest rooted prejudices. You've shown me that you can be a better generation than that. I certainly hope you are. But hey, the big old world now beckons, and it's time for you to go gather some pearls, baby. Pursue your vision of the dream. Just be sure to focus on gathering those pearls you're going to truly treasure. You get one shot to do it. See it all, fall in love, travel, explore the world. Just don't live it alone. We are better people in a better society when we give back to each other. It's amazing how much you can impact a person's day, maybe even a life, just by caring. Dylan wrote, "He not busy being born is busy dying." Life is filled with passion and joy, one full of smiles and laughter and love. Live that life. Live a life of purpose, one that honors you and your family and yet stays true to your values. Give back to your various communities. In doing so, make those communities a better place to live, to worship, to work, to play. Do that, be the one to keep the peace, and you can hold your head high. Call it a life well lived. I'll close with a little Robin Williams because Lord knows we could all use a little Robin Williams right now. He said, and I paraphrase, "People, they're kind of like flowers." Class of 2023, it's been a pleasure sort of walking in your garden. My love goes with you. Peace.
Thank you, Mr. Clemenhagen. Legacy High School Chorale, under the direction of Miss Karen Stacks, will now sing Until We Meet Again. We dedicate this song to everyone in our lives who helped us get to this day.
Until we meet again,
Thank you. At this time, we would like to take a moment to recognize various groups within the class of 2023 who were celebrated this past year. Since we have the opportunity to come together one last time as a class, we thought it would be nice to publicly recognize all of you. When you hear your group called, please stand to be recognized.
Students who have participated in the Legacy 2000 program, please stand to be recognized.
The President's Award is for students who maintain a GPA of 4.0 or higher throughout all 4 years of high school. President Award recipients, please stand to be recognized.
The class of 2023 earned over $7.8 million in scholarships. Will our scholarship recipients please stand to be recognized?
If you are one of the many that plan on joining the military after high school, please stand to be recognized. I am honored to be serving alongside you, and thank you for your service.
We have a number of honor societies that students at Legacy participate in. If you are a member of the National Honor Society, German National Honor Society, Spanish National Honor Society, or the National Technical Honor Society, please stand to be recognized.
And finally, students who have earned the Colorado Seal of Biliteracy, please stand to be recognized.
last few days, Angel and I have been trying to figure out the best way to describe the class of 2023.
Not only are you all our classmates,
but you are also our friends,
our teammates,
our supporters,
our fellow procrastinators.
And let's be honest, all of you are our fellow victims of very bad parking. Seriously, you should have seen our senior prank.
But through it all of you have made high school one of the best experiences we've had yet. We have found a place where we belong, and we are so thankful for your help in doing so.
Speaking of belonging, we'd like to see how much of a community Legacy has made all of us.
If you have participated in band, orchestra, or choir, please stand and stay standing.
If you have participated in a sport at Legacy, please stand and stay standing.
If you have participated in any clubs that Legacy offers, please stand and stay standing.
If you are not standing yet, but you can name at least one friend in this room, please stand and stay standing.
Look around and see all of the faces around you. Take it in. These are your Just Dance partners, your shoulders to cry on, and the people you will undoubtedly be forced to take pictures with after the ceremony has finished.
Most importantly, you are our fellow graduates today. You may all be seated.
We hope that your time at Legacy has been full of belonging.
We have made it through thick and thin. Thank you for the impact you have had these past 4 years.
We are so excited to see what the future holds for each and every single one of you. And always remember, no matter how far you go, Legacy will always be a place where you belong.
Sarah Marks will now present the class of 2023 to Mr. Chris Gadowski, Superintendent of Adams 12 5-Star Schools, and Mrs. Lori Goldstein, School Board President.
Graduates, please rise. Superintendent Gadowski and members of the school board, I hereby affirm and attest that the graduates standing before you have met and in many cases exceeded the graduation requirements set forth by Legacy High School, Adams 12 5-Star Schools, and the state of Colorado. It is my honor and privilege to present the Legacy High School graduating class of 2023.
Thank you, Mrs. Marks. Graduates, please be seated. Ms. Hoover, I've seen you in the back of the students section here earlier today, and just wanted to thank you for your organization of the ceremony and for sending me a copy of the class graduation announcement. Most of our high schools don't feel like this is something they need to send my way, but I'm one of those geeky guys who's always interested to see what the class motto is. And this year I was delighted to see that you all selected one of the brilliant minds of my generation, truly a luminary of the mid-1980s, Mr. Ferris Bueller. And there's a lot of quotable things that you can take out of Ferris Bueller, but the one that you all picked, actually I can't read with these things on. The question isn't what are we going to do, the question is what aren't we going to do? And I would just make a few brief amendments to what Mr. Bueller had suggested back in the 80s. In terms of what you're going to do and not going to do, encourage you to follow the law, not do things that are unduly dangerous, and to be kind to each other and all the others you encounter in life. But there's a lot in that really short statement that captures the essence of what I wish for you moving forward. I hope that you live a life of adventure, that it's a life of ambition, that it's a life that you savor every moment and take nothing for granted. Certainly the pandemic has taught us all that we shouldn't take life for granted. And that in the end, if you live life that way, you'll have very few regrets when you get to be my age. Legacy Class of 2023, congratulations. Mrs. Goldstein, Mrs. Mitchell, it's my pleasure to accept this class of 2023 from Legacy High School and ask that the Board of Education confer your recognition upon them.
Thank you, Superintendent Gudowski. Legacy High School, class of 2023, friends, families. High school graduation is always a joyous event, and all of you have worked so hard to get here today, all of you. Class, I'm sure you don't need reminding, but please make sure that you thank your people in your lives that helped you along the way. While the memory is slowly fading of COVID playing a major role in shaping who you are, and everyone is proud of how you persevered and made it to this day. So now it's time to think of your futures. Many of you already have plans, whether it's higher ed, military, trades, or taking a gap to figure things out, but I have great hope for you and what each of you will accomplish down the road. Hope is one of the key ingredients we all need to have. As long as there is hope, there is a chance for a bright future for all of us. So never give up hope. Be kind. Regardless of our place in life, we all need to be kind. We all want to be treated kindly. So I did a little research on the origins of the Golden Rule, and there are references that give credit in many cultures, reinforcing that its global significance. Leave the world a little better than you found it. Find a way to make this part of your daily life and keep this in your minds from day to day for your entire life. If you just keep these three things in mind as you go out in the world, everything else will fall into place. I accept you as graduates of Legacy High.
Good afternoon, graduates. I'm very proud to stand before you today and accept you along with Mrs. Goldstein as the Board of Education. This is my 8th year serving on the board. These are my last graduations, and I'm very proud to have my 2 daughters be here as part of your class, and I've loved getting to know so many of you along the way. I look forward to celebrating with you. I don't really have anything else to add as advice, except for this one small thing. You've had lots of great speakers, so I just want to say, celebrate. This is your shining moment. We are going to celebrate each and every one of you individually here in just a few minutes. And as I've been here through 8 graduations, a lot of kids are so nervous, they just race across. And I'm like, slow down, take your time, bask in your glory, and let us celebrate you. Congratulations.
The senior class chose the following staff members to read the names of our graduates: Mr. Matt Barine, Miss Beth Benarowitz, Mr. John Gordon, Mr. Matt Krupa, Mrs. Carrie Kujawa, Mrs. Monique Trujillo Barnes, Mrs. Candace Wallace, and Mr. Chris Warner.
The announcers will be alternating back and forth between the podiums below. Students with the last names A through McGinty will be announced on the left/west side of the stage. Students with the names McGraw through Z will be announced on the right/east side of the stage.
It is my privilege to award the diplomas to our student leaders on the stage. Caroline Elise Avram. Jack Bonneau. Echo Yuncho Cole. Jordan Lynn Swearingen. Congratulations. Angelina Pachia Tao.
Stage guests, please step down to award diplomas. Ms. Benarowitz and Mr. Gordon will begin announcing the names of our graduates.
John Warren Alger.
Christopher Henry McMillan.
Bevan Martin Almblad.
Nix Soler Mikesel.
Rose Manuela Alverson.
Alex Lane Malott.
Sajid Amin.
Joseph Podreg Meany.
Aslin Avy Anders.
McKenna Brooke Malott.
Shelby Malin Lenora Anderson.
Quinton Christopher Memelink.
Haley J. Anderson.
Corbin Obadiah Mendenhall.
Hannah Lynn Patricia Anderson.
Haniel Noemi Mendez Gonzalez.
Jordan Elizabeth Anderson.
Kiara Nicole Metzler.
Matthew Donald Ray.
Michael John Mysick. Emily Rose Miller.
Calvin Joseph Sampson Hines.
Jessica Nicole Miller.
Landon Eric Anderson.
Maya Lee Miller.
Alex Ryan Anthony.
Julia Margaret Mitchell.
Liam Cole Archie.
Natalie Christine Mitchell.
Davina Janice Archibek.
Caleb Adam Montoya.
Jamleth Arevalo Cardoza.
Sophia Elizabeth Monzik.
Sean Callahan Artman.
Ethan Jesse Morales.
Reed Wesley Askins.
Miranda Marie Morelli.
Brandon Sky Atencio.
Elijah Finn Morin.
Cassidy Brooke Atha.
Tyler James Morris.
Melina Christina Ozier.
Arena Ashativna Meridian.
Isaac Vincent Aris.
Eduardo Munienton.
Ashton Boyd Bader.
Nevea Marie Murillo.
Lydia Grace Baker.
Sean Jameson Murray.
Jillian Leah Bale.
Mark Imani Marabu.
Victoria Isabel Barbera Block.
Kian Emmett Nagel.
Weston Payne Barnett.
Marley Sochil Elizabeth Cuevas.
Kylie Madison Baumert.
Carmen Isabella Nava.
Sean Richard Bax.
Macy Catherine Neal.
Nellie Camilla Beal.
Cecilia Rose Nemeth.
Katie Hom Beaver.
Caroline Leela Newstetter.
Cassandra Ainsley Beber.
Liam Patrick Newell.
Mateo Becerra Garcia. Cassidy Joe Belgum.
Nikhil Raju Newman.
Lainey Marie Bellum.
Richard King Anselm Newman V.
Sarah Elizabeth Benson.
Thomas Anqua Swung Wing.
Lillian Renee Berger.
Cadence Elizabeth Nichols.
Carly Renee Bergman.
Zachary Ethan Nickel.
Barrett Theodore Bernard.
Bradley Paul Niedermuller.
Bilal Bavab.
Ethan Opening Obiri Yaboa.
Haley Hanova Biller.
Joshua Diota Ogaja.
Elizabeth Shannon Bird.
Michael Raymond Ogle.
Madison Nicole Bishop.
Hannah Grace Oliver.
Lainey Corinne Black.
Andrew Cade Olson.
Isaac Tilden Blazy.
Derek Joseph Olson.
Cody Bryson Blecker.
Christina June Opal.
Riley Brianne Blecker.
Yareli Itzel Oreles Delgado.
Ryan David Blott.
Paige Ann Osentowski.
Jackson Andrew Blunt.
Gabriel Lux Otto.
Samantha Virginia Bocas.
Ian McLeod Page.
Joseph James Bowl.
Ethan Michael Pagenkop.
Soleil Adriana Star Bonds.
Laya Menaswini Paluta.
Addison Lynn Boots.
Veronica Raquel Para.
Amber Lynn Borbeck.
Madison Elizabeth Paris.
Brandon Surya Bolifin.
Grayson Minor Patrick.
Jaden Tavan Bolifin.
Benjamin Owen Paulin.
James Onofrio Bowen.
Nolan Thomas Payne.
Lauren Marie Bragg.
Duncan Oliver Pearson.
Ryan George Bragg.
Emily Stephanie Pedroza.
Aya Anna Brahimi.
Kaylee Marissa Penka.
Isabel Grace Bro.
Isaiah Ray Perez.
Leticia Bretes Andrade de Lima.
Syria Jacqueline Perez Carmona.
Parker Thomas Brooks.
Jaden Lynn Perkins.
Jacob Andrew Bruckner.
Maya Josephine Petrick.
Evan Michael Busby.
Cole Highland Picone Barrett.
Ava Marie Bustamante.
Kyler D. Pike.
Ryan Matthew Benarowitz.
Taryn Noel Pitney.
Tara Kathleen Campbell.
Kayla May Pond.
Riley David Carbonneau.
Diana Edith Ponce.
Kyle Anthony Cardamone.
Elliot William Pontarelli.
Haiti Cardona de la Huera.
Adian Shannon Porter.
Hunter Matthew Carlton.
Bianca Nicole Pazzi.
Samantha Sage LaBouffe Carpenter.
Cassidy Ann Pratt.
Madeline Nicole Carroll.
Jenna Jacine Prendergast.
Jaden Alexander Carter.
Kaya Ruth Price.
KJ Carter.
Savannah Dawn Price.
Corbin Thomas Casagrande.
Aiden Zachary Priller.
Mia Ann Cassidy.
Andrew Cry Prim.
Alondra Nayeli Casanon Fernandez.
Avery Ann Prohashka.
Angel Manuel Castro Gutierrez.
Victor Pusevit.
Vincenzo Cavallari.
Vladimir Pusevit.
Axel Alejandro Cedillo Perez.
Nikolai Alexander Keha Phillips.
Natalie Victoria Salas Sanchez.
Ashley Cazada Flores.
Gracie Renee Champlin.
Savannah Brooke Quimby.
Rejoice Chan.
Chofin Ingrid Quist.
Sananda Leah Chandy.
Aisha Zahad Qureshi.
Cassandra Jean Chapman.
Sabrina Dawn Rachabun.
Jaden Reese Chavez D'Ambrosio.
Malachi John Radke.
Bailey Annalise Childs.
Samir Raheen.
Grayson Robert Claypool.
Caroline Hope Rainey.
Kobe Blake Clausen Brown.
Bennett Boyd Ralston.
Lake Coates.
Mason J. Randolph.
Tyson Hayes Cole.
Chloe Sandra Rectanis.
Jaden Christopher Cook.
Pratham Ashok Reddy.
Annabelle Nicole Diane Corcoran.
Devin Jamar Reeves.
Serenity Josephine Coronado.
Christian Joseph Ringy.
Lucero Carrera Michelle.
Sabrina Ann Renault.
Samuel David Cotton.
Benjamin Murphy Rendell.
Elizabeth Lene Craven.
Stephanie Annalie Reyes.
Rylan Michael Crosby.
Charles Eugene Richardson IV.
Caden Michael Crow.
Maggie Reekin.
Ella Taylor Crump Bertram.
Alonzo Thomas Rios.
Croy William Crutcher.
Kendall Rebecca Ripley.
Zachary Arthur Dolbach.
Reagan Faye Rittenhouse.
Ria Rajesh Damani.
Abel Christopher Rivas Molina.
Jessica Hope Danzy.
Esteban Phoenix Rivera.
Ava Ashley Davis.
Sandra Yoseline Rivera Perez.
Olivia Grace DeBell.
Jalissa Rodriguez.
Melissa De Los Santos Gutierrez.
Marcus Anthony Romero.
Abrianne Dominique Del Cid.
Madison Lee Romero.
Dominic Scott Delka.
Samuel Bennett Romine.
William Joseph Denning.
Hudson James Michael Rosser.
Dalton James Despain.
Sophia Marie Rueda.
Daniel Hailu Desta.
Delaney Michelle Rupp.
Anjali Dev.
Maya Joe Russell.
Ellen Sylvia Devas.
Riley Christopher Sackett.
Aslan Jeremy DeWitt.
Leah Marie Salas.
Ava Suzanne Dixon.
Jalen Marie Michelle Sell.
Gabriella May Dieterich.
Dominic Trevor Sombrano.
Halen Eden Domingo.
Jada Kennedy Samuels.
Quinn Webster Donaldson.
Brandon Nicholas Sanchez.
Tessa Tyree Doolittle.
Ryan Mark Sanderlin.
Ethan Alexander Doyle.
Spencer Thomas Saddam.
Ethan Alexander Gabriel Dumas.
Evan Alistair Savage.
Matthew William Dunford.
Jessica Marie Shear.
Chauncey Lai Duong.
Sure? Jonathan Richard Harris Sure.
Matthew Kai Duong.
Jackson Browning Schlabs.
Kyla Nalia Duran.
Caitlin Grace Marie Schneider. Zachary J. Schramm. Gotcha.
Araya Amber Diedzik.
Zachary J. Schramm. Jason William Schroeder.
Avery Lynn Ehrig.
Jason William Schroeder.
Addison Robin Schwartz.
Stephanie Grace Elliott.
Addison Robin Schwartz.
Madison Michelle Scott.
Alexis Marie Engler.
Madison Michelle Scott.
Gracie Ann Scruggs.
Brooklyn Kimberly Ennie.
Gracie Ann Scruggs.
Brody Lincoln Seaburn.
Max Wolf Epstein.
Brody Lincoln Seabury.
Karen Andrea Escobedo.
William Bertram Seedorf.
Jordan Izora Evans.
Landon James Seeley.
Mason Rudy Fannin.
Storm Scott Severn.
Jose Enrique Faria.
Noah Riley Sexton.
Grace Elizabeth Fell.
Allison Christine Siebold.
Annika Lennon Fellens.
Katie Noel Shade.
Owen James Farron.
Avery Marie Schaefer.
Kara Jean Ferreter.
Krish Yakshas Shaw.
Tiana Valerie Fields.
Ace Anthony Shaver.
Alexander Jordan Flagello.
Colin Matthew Shea.
Emily Abigail Flaherty.
Christian Hayden Shen.
Quinn Jocko O'Hanlon Flanagan.
Taylor Ann Shepard.
Cadence Fong.
Sydney Nicole Shepard.
Nicholas Sanders Fortis.
Akisa Shrestha.
Kaylee Esther Fretwell.
Benjamin David Schuler.
Christiana Felicia Fry.
Dominic James Schuler.
Michael Giovanni Fuentes Abrego.
Paul Sierra Nunez.
Theron Ainsley Fuller.
Annika Maria Zitoff.
Logan Kathleen Ferletti.
Liam Evan Simmons.
Madison Hannah Gage.
Lily Marie Simpson.
Maya Isabella Rhino Gage Lovato.
Luke Lucas Adrian Schema.
Zane Tyler Gannier.
Reagan Irene Sloat.
Adrian Paul Richard Garvey.
Connor Akeley Sloboda.
Eben Gebermichael.
Cameron Fitzgerald Smith.
Daniel Michael Gee.
Emily Patricia Smith.
Logan Ryan Jarrow.
Fiona Simone Smith.
Enzo Harrison Getzy.
Hannah Rebecca Smith.
Emma Catherine Geed.
Cade Robert Smith.
Ethan Michael Gilfetter.
Cole Peter Snee.
Blake Alexander Gillette.
Caleb Andrew Snyder.
Ethan Christopher Gonzalez.
Jonathan David Soeth.
Nancy Gonzalez Uvario.
Yep. So sorry. No, not Yafir. Yep.
Yaffer Dario Sosa Rodriguez.
Joseph Michael Goodman.
Joseph Murray Spiller.
Ayana Numura Goodwin.
Bryce Allen Spradling.
Paxton Glenn Gore.
Colin Michael Spuler.
Alex Gerard Gottschalk.
Connor Jonathan Stack.
Hallie Elaine Gudenkoff.
Owen Thomas Steiner.
Benicio R.R. Gutierrez.
Caden Tyler Stephen.
Elena Blair Hagedone.
Cooper Mikkel Stevens.
Reed Dalton Halfacre.
Shadow Lynn Stern.
Kayla Elise Hall.
Alexis Ray Stidham.
Anna Iola Hallenbeck.
Milan Tala Stewart.
Tate Selby Hansen.
Chase William Sublette.
Jacob Ing Harper.
Jamie Ann Sullivan.
Zaya Rose Harris.
Kaiden Scott Sullivan.
Andrew Christopher Hart.
Caleb Michael Sutterfield.
Shaylee May Hastings.
Grace Elizabeth Tade.
Wesley Alexander Hempelman.
Lorenzo Amadeo Talcott Jr.
Claire Avery Hendershot.
Sarah Lauren Taylor.
Margaret Louise Hendricks.
Spandan Thapta.
Saida Lucero.
Kara Renee Thomas.
Elio Leander Hardin Herzog.
Sora Thomas.
Justin Grace Hillesheim.
Ethan Zachary Thomas Gonzalez.
Justin Alexander Hillman.
Allison Jean Thomason.
Charles Allen Hodges.
William Orville Thurston.
Dylan Lee Hoffman.
Jinwen Tong.
Kylie Elizabeth Hoffman.
Christian Emmanuel Torres.
Zoe Madeline Lucille Hoffman.
Logan Richard Tregellis.
Kendall Lee Hollingsworth.
Abriel Kaji Tuladar.
Caitlin Kennedy Holm.
Cheyenne Aurora Shea Trujillo.
Michaela Jolie House.
Alexandra Gabrielle Urbina.
Carlos Matthew Howerton.
Logan Fox Wataki.
Peyton Danae Holstrom.
Valentina Anye Vaca Enriquez.
Haley May Hunter.
Areli Valdez Lopez.
Mason Gregory Huxtable.
Saul Leonardo Valenzuela.
Dylan Scott Ingraham.
Sophia Ann Varga.
Nathan Ferris Ivanov.
Xander Lee Varos.
Claire Olivia Jansen.
Lara Varvaryuk.
Katya Ediger Jassam.
Gavin Damian Vasquez Garcia.
Trey William Javorek.
Gage Morgan Vermillion.
Colton Daniel Jenks.
Kevin Joshua Villalobos.
Allison Lynn Jensen.
Caleb Allen Vasmera.
Ryan Joseph Jensen.
Alan Robert Welts.
Isabel Ann Jazerski.
Haley Brooke Wagner.
Brooke Alexandra Jimenez.
Quinn Matthew Walker.
Allison Madeline Jimenez Chavez.
Lily Claire Walter.
Anthony Lee Johnson.
Jude Larkin Ryan Walters.
Vaughn Gordon Johnson.
Jessa Laurel Waninger.
Brady David Jones.
Isaac Kimball Ward.
Maris Melania Kakasenko.
Joseph Milton Watson.
Mark Philip Kappas.
Ellie Ann Weber.
Parker Andrew Katz.
Jake Dean Weddingfeld.
Abby Marie Kmeyer.
Kennedy May Westhoff.
Connor William Keller.
Tori Ray Wygant.
Kelly Ray Couch.
Reese Robert Whitaker.
Ethan Michael Kennel.
Samuel James White.
Shay Marie Kircher Pratt.
Connor Mark Wiedrick.
Sierra Mackenzie Kersley.
Lucas Ethan Williams.
Yeah, Lucas!
Athir Marwan Khalaf.
Noah Finn Williams.
John Michael Krell.
Larissa Morgan Williamson.
Gabriella Catherine Krutoff.
Zoe Renee Wilson.
Braden John Kurzawa.
Catherine Helen Wolf.
Arya Vishwanathan Lakshmanan.
Chloe Wong.
Connor Delane Large.
Stephen Michael Wong.
Samuel Goklam Law.
Alexander Bin Woods.
Axel Liam Legrand.
Justin Kenneth Work.
Jake Christopher Ledford.
Ryan James Wright.
Owen Matthew Lee.
Ashton David Wykes.
Reed Alexander Lelbach.
Peter Yushia Zhang.
Paul David Lamont.
Abraham Yanez Escobar.
Adam Lewis.
Justin Komang Yang.
Timothy James Light.
Eric Earl Yoakum.
Peyton Joseph Lindemann.
Simon Roy Young.
Carly Grace Link Stark.
Dante Paul Zakruski.
Lexi Juliana Litt.
Sierra Michelle Zarecki.
John Chung Ming Liu.
Christopher Jordan Zeno.
Jarrett Michael Lobb.
Daniel C. Zhu.
Brooke McKenna Lona.
Eric Zachary Zeal.
Tyevan Carl Lunavongza.
Maya Bakeman.
Carlos Daniel Macedo Nava.
Julio Carrillo McKee.
Allison Marie Mack.
Valentina Antonia Godoy Naranjo.
Brian James Mackin.
Valentine Emma Pauline Olanier.
Aiden Jackson Mayer. Finnegan Anders Malone. Cameron Lynn Manser. Megan Grace Mari. Rachel Grace Maria. Grace Kelly Mariner. Levi Joseph Marquith. Catherine Foster Marr. Diego Roman Martinez. Gianluca Matteo Mastroeni. Tristan Robert Morick. Lirise Yuridia Maudi Suk. Araya Lynn McClellan. Shannon Ashley McDermott. Daniel Cruz Beck McGinty.
Let's give a big round of applause to the class of 2023. Graduates, before I invite your classmates up to help turn those tassels, I want to take a moment to share some final thoughts with you. While I do not know what your future holds, I know for certain that the class of 2023 possesses the courage, strength, and integrity to face whatever may come your way. As you begin the next chapter in life, new doors will open, new opportunities will be presented to you. My hope is that you take full advantage of these opportunities. Don't back away from the challenges that life might put in your way, but rather face them head on. My hope is that you make an impact on the lives of others, that you make a difference. My hope is that you live your life without regret, live each day fully, and at the end of the day, be proud of the legacy you have made. You have an amazing future ahead of you, Bolts, so go out there and make the most of it. Congratulations, graduates.
Will the Legacy High School class of 2023 please rise? On the count of 3, we will turn our tassels from right to left, signifying our graduation. 1, 2,